Hey, Alexander Investment Insights. Welcome to another video. We're going to be going over some stock levels once again. We're going to go right into it with the S&P 500. Make sure you follow my Instagram so you can get some investment tips that I'm actually giving you on the S&P 500 and why you want to be in it long term. Long-term investment tips, IRA investment tips on my Instagram. We'll link down in the bio. So right here I have support at 454 and another at 554 and then 542. You see that we got some pullback today on the S&P 500. So we started right here and then started dropping down. We got a lot of drop down on the S&P 500. So just watch. We could continue a little bit bearish tomorrow. So just make sure that you're watching what S&P 500 is doing every day in the market. It's going to give you a lot of help with what the other high volume stocks are doing that are weighted heavily in the S&P 500. And so let's go to IWM. IWM ending the day at our target right here, but bouncing off that support of 199. We actually go down to the 5-minute chart. We could see that it started pretty much at that target, bounced up, and then found support around 199. Pretty much ended the day at that target again. So that's what I'm seeing on IWM. We have had a bit of a bearish trend, but the past couple of days, we came back at that 50 level for the Fibonacci. So we're going to want to see when IWM is going to break out of this range, right? Because it was in this range for a long time, and now coming over here, looks like it's going to be in this range for quite some time. So just watch those levels on IWM. It'll give you a lot better sense. Let's just go into some other plays like Adobe. Adobe is at its resistance right now. You see that it went up a lot off of its earnings. So right now it's at its resistance. We're going to want to see if it wants to come pull back off that resistance. You see how we had some pullback here off that resistance. Now we're going to maybe be expecting a little bit more pullback before we go up, right? So just keep your eye on Adobe. If we start breaking these resistance levels here fully, then you can see some more upside, right? So just keep your eye on Adobe. It's been stalled out ever since that earnings, so we want to see which way it actually wants to go. Let's go to PayPal. I have support. It's at our support at $59. So you see how it had a big crash here. So at our support now. So just watch PayPal. We're going to want to see if it finds support here or if it keeps crashing. So either expect a fine support or a nice day movement up, because this would just be for scalping, like in the morning. If price, let's say, you see how price today went up off this. So if price today tomorrow wants to continue going up, right? So that's what we're going to be looking out for on PayPal tomorrow, so in the next few weeks. Then let's go to McDonald's. McDonald's at that support of 250, right? We've seen it hit 2 times. Let's zoom out to the monthly actually. You see that McDonald's doesn't really ever have a ton of pullback, right? It pulls back, but then it always confirms upside. So right now we're seeing some pullback to that support at 250. And then we go down back to the daily. We're seeing the first green day since it hits the second time. So now let's go to Starbucks. Starbucks has been pretty bearish for the past few weeks, right? Zoom out to the monthly. Has some pullbacks every now and then, is able to recover. So it had some pullback, and it's been recovering nicely in the past couple weeks. So we go down to the 1 day. See off that earnings. This was the low here. I don't know why it's just here. I'm gonna delete that, but been having some nice ups and then retracements, so moving really nice, and we've been retracing lately, so that's great. I do have support here at $78, so just watch this $78 support. We're gonna want to see it's actually finding support here, so we're gonna move this to $79. So $79 support. If this breaks down, we might see it to $77.50, but just watch this. Starbucks can go higher, right? So that's what I'm looking for on Starbucks. Let's go to Oxy. Let's go to the oil sector. This stock is going to pretty much cover the whole oil sector for me. So we've been running up, right, off that support. So I have this level here, 63.20, because we definitely could see a lot more price movement on the upside once we break this resistance right here. So if we break this resistance, expect oil to be going up day to day. So since we've been coming down, we found that support and we finally broke off that. So that's what I'm looking for on Oxy. This is educational video. Please do not trade anything you see in the video. It's not recommended advice. So we're going to go to Tesla at that support at 181, and I have a resistance at 191. So pretty much at that support today, we're going to want to see if it breaks this support. If it breaks this support tomorrow, then we'll see Tesla back down to the 170s, right? 177, 176 possibly. So that's what I'm looking for on Tesla. Yes, we did have that pop up, but we've really much just been stalling or coming down since then. So that's what I'm looking for on Tesla. Palantir has been running up the past couple days, along with a lot of the AI sector, the other stocks. So I have support at 24.30 and came down to my target right here. So this is pretty much acting as support as well. If we keep this support tomorrow, then we should see some more upwards movements. But if we break this tomorrow, then it'll just be a normal retracement back to the downside, and then that's when I'm going to want to get some shares or some light call options. Once it retraces, and then we get calls options back to the upside and we'll make a target. So that's what I'm looking for on Palantir. Pretty basic. Let's go to Nvidia. Nvidia had a nice pull down today, right? Big pull down from 140 all the way to 130. Let's see how it reacted to this price target here. So yeah, it came down, retraced. This is where we would have got puts down here, because you see that boom, then that retracement, then this is when it really wants to confirm down to that downside. And it pretty much used that target, hit that target, and then use it as resistance for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna actually get rid of that target, come down here. We might see Nvidia tomorrow either come down more and it's gonna come up in the morning to where that target was, and then reject that, use that as resistance, and then start coming down this way again. But what that means is when Nvidia is coming down retracing like that, that means it's almost like a load the boat time on some small call options, right? Because Nvidia is really bullish right now, and a lot of the tech stocks are bullish, and so just watch that. And if we ever do get a nice bubble break on a lot of these AI sectors, that's going to be another time to load the boat, because everyone knows that it's here and it's going to be here to stay. So just watch these AI stocks. Let's go to SMCI. SMCI having some nice up movements this week. I have support here at 898. Hit that today perfectly, and I have resistance here at 970. It broke above that, so some high volume movements in SMCI today. So it's nice that we had a pull down, right? So let's see if it's gonna hold this support here. If it holds this support, then we can see SMCI going up again. So that's what I see on SMCI. And then let's go to Dell running up as well the past couple days. See how shot down off that earnings, and then remember we were looking at it, it was kind of stalled out down to that downside. But where did it find support? It found support over here, and it found support. And what did it do since last Friday? It shot up. But today we had a down day, which is good, because if we want down days so we could find entries and find more supports, which will then take us back up to that upside, right? So once again, watch the support at 146.50. If we break this support, we're going to see some more downside. And then I have resistance at 158.85. If we break this, then we'll see some upside, and we'll probably see Dell to 180. So that's what I'm looking for at Dell. Coinbase, and kind of running with Bitcoin right now. You're not really going to see some rocketing on Coinbase until Bitcoin rockets. So I have support here at 230.10. Resistance here at 245. So that's what I'm seeing on Coinbase, having a bit of a retracement back down to that downside, normal though. Let's go to PANW. PANW been setting up pretty nice recently. Looks like we've stalled out at that resistance, so we had a nice down So look for that support around 303, and then if this support holds, we could definitely see some back upside again, back upside to this resistance. And if we break that resistance, then I could see PANW going to around 340. So that's what I see on PAW. Just be patient with all these stocks. You know, it's best to get the best plays at the best times. You don't want to have FOMO or rush into anything or chase anything. Entries and risk management are taking profits are pretty much the biggest thing in stock trading. So I'm just trying to think of some more stocks you guys want me to go over. Baba breaking that support. So let's go. We have a new support on Baba around, yeah, right here on Baba. So at $73. Just watch that as support on Baba, and then I'm gonna bring up resistance over here to 76.30. So just watch that. Baba could go up, hit that resistance, and then come back down again, and then just trade sideways like it does at times. So, and if we break that support, we're obviously gonna head down again. So that's what I see on Baba. Let's go to TSM. TSM, nice going up, but it's been, even though it's been going up, it's been going up overnight. But it has a nice pull down today, so we're gonna move support on TSM. It's really been moving to that upside. I'm gonna move that support on TSM to I'm gonna move it here. So this is our support at TSM at 172, and then that's what I'm gonna see. So if it wants to hold support here, we could definitely see some more upside before that earning. So just watch that support. That's what I'm looking for on Taiwan Semiconductors. Then let's go to UAL. UAL been coming down these past couple of days. Look like it's finding support. So I got support right here at 48.30, and then I'll have resistance at 51, at 52. So 52 resistance, 48.30 support. If it breaks this resistance, we could see some up again to possibly around 54, so we could maybe scalp with that. Oh yeah, Bank of America. So I got some nice facts on my Instagram about how the stock market performs, and especially how the financial sector and the defensive sector performs during election years. They typically outperform the S&P 500 during election years. So Bank of America, we had a nice up movement today, and then we traced them back in the downside. So we're at resistance at $40, and I have support at 38.60. So just watch that on Bank of America. We could see some continued movement if this resistance breaks. So just watch that resistance, and if that resistance breaks, we could see some continued movement to the upside as well with JP Morgan. JP Morgan at that resistance of $199. So just watch that on JP Morgan. If this 199 breaks, then we definitely see some more upside on JP Morgan as well. So just watch that. They are at their resistance right now. Let's go to Hoodstock at our support of 2150. So we're going to want to see if that holds around that 2150 area, and if it doesn't, we could see some retracements back on Hood. But it's good that it's at that support, so watch Hoodstock at that support. If it holds support and it starts reversing back to the upside, then we could definitely see it back up to $24, $25. That's a good thing on Hood. Let's quickly go over Enphase. Enphase Energy is like a bond type of stock when, or not bonds, but like when interest rates get cut. That's really the only time you'll see a lot of these companies like Enphase and Run and On go on, because they have a lot of long-term outstanding debt, and their liabilities to assets is not really the best. But a good way to gauge where interest rates are is listening to the federal government, the FOMC, and seeing where inflation is and job is. But also to look at these ETFs, these bond ETFs, which are highly affected by interest rates, because when interest rates go high, the price of the bonds go down, but when interest rates get cut, the price of the bond goes up. So that's what I'm looking for on TLT. Having some nice retracements back up to the upside. TMF is just the 3 times leveraged. So this is TLT. Had a low here of $82, and since then shot up, had a nice retracement here, found that support at 87, has been shooting up again. So we're definitely going to see some up movement on this once interest rates start getting lower, but we're not going to see up movement on this until they get lowered. So you're going to want to keep your ear to interest rates when you're playing this stock, because it's definitely affected by that. So just keep that in mind, and we'll go over some other stocks like HUT. HUT is a crypto miner. HUT going up really nice, right? Really nice. So I have support here at 1150, and if it could break, it broke. I had this resistance at $12. So it broke that resistance and it came up to this level of $13. So if it breaks this $13, we could see HUT up to around $16. It does have some other resistances in there, but HUT looking pretty nice on that up movement. We might want to see a retracement back though. Never want to chase price. Always be clear, conscious, and sound with our decisions. Let's go to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's pretty much just been stalling out. There's really not much to say on Bitcoin other than I have another support here at 64,000 and this resistance at 66,000. And then we'll go into Netflix. Netflix, right, having a nice reversal off that resistance. Let's actually go down to that 5-minute chart and see what happens. So you see that overnight it hit that resistance, right? And once again in the morning, boom, hit that resistance, and it didn't want to go up anymore. So it came back down to that downside, and you would have been able to play these retracements to the downside, right? Like once this level broke here on Netflix, we would have got puts down to here and gotten like a nice 10-20% profit right there. So that's what we're looking for on Netflix. Let's go to AMD. AMD pushing today. We go over to where it's trading at. Nice push today. So I have support at 160.85. So that's my support on AMD. It went up to that resistance and then came down, but obviously a nice day to the upside. So if this level 160.85 holds tomorrow, then we could see some tap down and then once again some up movement on AMD. So that's pretty much what I'm looking out for on AMD. One of these days I'm gonna go through like a whole, like maybe an hour, 2-hour video of just like my entire watch list, and so you guys could like copy what's on it. This is a good overall watch list for all different types of sectors, pretty much the whole market, and I'm continuing to add to it every day as I am learning every day. So that's what I'm seeing on a lot of these stocks right here. I could go to the main options page. You see we had some pullback down on Apple, so this is now a resistance at 210.20. I have support here at 250, so watch that on Apple. Microsoft, I still have resistance at 24 or 36.50, so watch that on Microsoft. I'm going to take away this target here. Google pretty much stuck in between support and resistance still, so just watch those two levels. Meta is stuck between support and resistance as well. Just watch those two levels. Not too much movement on those guys. You know that these AI sectors are really what's pushing the market nowadays. So Amazon pushing off that target today and then reaching up to our support. So it looks like it had a nice day on Amazon. I'm gonna remove that, and then I'm gonna move our support up on Amazon to right here. Actually right here at 183.80. So 183.80 is a new support on Amazon. 183.80, and then once again watch that support at 185. It hit that today perfectly. So other than that, I'm just going to keep the video there. Nice 20-minute video. Hope that isn't too long. Let me know in the comments if there's any other stocks you want me to see. Please do not trade anything you see here in the video. This is not financial advice. I'm just for entertainment, education purposes. Other than that, have a great rest of your day, and thank you for watching.